Well, first let me make a general statement about our relationship with the United States. I think the United States has been terrific. I think it's offered terrific support for Israel from the level of Ambassador Dan Shapiro. I've always said he's a great ambassador. I say it again today. The just untiring efforts of Secretary Kerry, with whom I speak to several times a day, in trying to help Israel, and the efforts of President Obama, who has made, I think, consistent statements about Israel's right to defend itself. His statement yesterday against Hamas, his unequivocal stand with Israel on our right to defend ourselves against tunnels, against rockets, and all the other terror instruments that Hamas is leveling at us. The United States has given us tremendous support, material support with Iron Dome, not only the one that they received, but now both houses of Congress, with the support of the administration, have offered to agree to the request that I made for an additional $225 million for additional Iron Dome protection. That is a lot of support, and we deeply appreciate it. And that is the substance of our relationship. That's the tone of our relationship, which gets to the question of these reports that are, I would say, not only of my conversation with Ambassador Shapiro, but also with the President, that are full of incorrections, full of distortions, and that are wrong both in tone and in substance. The right tone, the right substance is the support that we are getting as we speak from the United States of America. And I appreciate it deeply. Just a minute, since you asked. No, go ahead. Yeah.
What will it take for Israel to get to the negotiating table with Hamas?
Well, I want to say something that I think that is important, because at 8 o'clock yesterday morning, Israel began honoring a 72-hour ceasefire, humanitarian ceasefire. It had been requested by the Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, and by Secretary Kerry. It was based on specific assurances that were given by Qatar that all the Palestinian factions would honor or would hold their fire. That's how we did this. Now, in direct violation of those assurances, at approximately 9:30 in the morning, our soldiers came under attack. This was a pre-planned operation in southern Gaza, in which a suicide bomber killed 2 of our soldiers, and a 3rd soldier, Lieutenant Hadar Goldin, was abducted. So Hamas again deliberately and cynically violated commitments it made to the United Nations, to the Secretary of State of the United States. Hamas again showed its cruel eagerness to abuse Gazan civilians. Who's the humanitarian pause for? For them. For Hamas, the people that Hamas is purportedly representing, it violates the humanitarian ceasefire that is supposed to serve them and would serve them. So it rejected a ceasefire that promised the Gazan people immediate relief. Hamas again mistakenly believes that the people of Israel do not have the will and determination to fight them. And Hamas again will learn the hard way that Israel will do whatever it must do to protect its people. I call on all responsible international leaders and decent people everywhere to stand with Israel now. Stand with Israel as it confronts Hamas. Stand with Israel as it defends itself against Hamas' deliberate and indiscriminate attacks on our civilians. Stand with Israel, a democracy fighting a ruthless terrorist organization committed to our destruction. There is only one place for decent, civilized people to stand, and that's to stand with Israel.